What's going on, everybody? It's Frito here for your Overwatch news roundup for you today. It was found on the German Gamestop, a posting for Overwatch 2 that reveals some information about the game. On the website, you're able to pre-order the game for any of the current platforms, and notably, the price tag of the game is a normal full-priced release, which I don't think should surprise anybody, seeing as Blizzard has gone at great length to distinguish Overwatch 2 as a full-fledged sequel, even if it doesn't seem like one entirely quite yet. Notably, there was no announcement of Overwatch 2 at the PlayStation event the other day, announcing the PS5, and on this website as well, there's no option to pre-order the game for the next-gen consoles. But seeing as those systems aren't properly launched yet, one way or the other, it doesn't necessarily mean that the game isn't coming to next-gen. But I do think it's safe to say that the sequels will be coming to all the current-gen platforms, which I think is going to present an interesting problem that, as I said in my Overwatch 2 release speculations video, I think they're going to have cross-generation play for any of this to make sense, and the next-gen consoles have that functionality seemingly built in anyway. 2020 is about at its halfway point and only a few months away. Will we be gearing up for the end-of-year push that most games make? So when you add this in with the Brazilian PlayStation Twitter account way back when leaking that the game is going to be released in 2020, combining with this German GameStop leak, are these sources slipping up, revealing something, or is it just a mistake entirely and nobody knows when the game's coming out? Unless we're all getting trolled, my money's still on the end of the year. Now, moving on to other news, you may have wondered, what the heck happened with those Genji buffs? Well, community manager Molly Fender went to the forums to announce that they had some takeaways from the experimental card. They like the direction of the Genji buffs to get him more in line with counterpart heroes like Echo and Doomfist. So hopefully, with any luck, we'll be seeing those buffs go live early this next coming week. But Molly does inform us that the Moira changes will not be going through, reverting the damage on the grasp and the healing buff rework for now, and perhaps seeing more iterations in the near future. In the past, they really pushed the changes on the experimental card to live quick, but this time there's been quite a big delay. I'm not exactly sure why. Hopefully we see those Genji buffs soon. Next up from the week, it was announced that hero pools will be gone indefinitely. They had already been gone for most players in ranked, but they're also changing up even how it works in the Overwatch League. Now, we'll only see hero pools during Overwatch League group play stages prior to the new tournament structure that they're going to be using. Just the weeks leading up to the tournament where the teams are jockeying for seeding standing. Then during the tournament, all heroes will be available. I do strongly believe that hero pools, as it was built originally, was done so that ranked could have a similar system with the pro players without needing a ban phase. But as we've pushed farther and farther away from hero pools, now it's only in the Overwatch League in a small capacity, so much so that I'm sort of questioning why they didn't just try bans to begin with. But hey, what do I know? Nothing, of course. It seems as time has gone on, the player base has grown mostly sour against hero pools, but yet now that they've been removed from ranked play, I'm still seeing the same problems that originally caused for anyone to suggest some sort of limitation into the game to begin with. And I know they don't want to have a ban meta, but the problem is the solutions they've come up with to avoid having a ban meta has not resulted in us not having a meta. It's just basically ankle weights on the high-level players, providing resistance of their ability to figure out what it is. We'll see if they decide to try other more competitive rule sets for competitive Overwatch moving forward, especially into the sequel would be nice. Luckily, though, they have moved to the tournament structure for competitive Overwatch, which changes things as well, meaning that worse teams don't get to play as much as the better teams, and provided they keep the loser picks the map format, at least we'll see some strategical agency get imposed onto the game, which I just think is an absolute must for high-level Overwatch. Moving on to other news, there's some completely broken Wrecking Ball tech that has been figured out, largely popularized by the Ball player named Ball, where there's a way that you can get multiple boops off of the fireball animation, and this is done by immediately canceling the fireball hit, but somehow holding on to enough momentum to work up to it again instantly instantly. There seems to be some dispute whether this is using a script or not. I've seen it explained that using an emulator for a controller makes this easier. It was already known to be a thing that's possible. Getting like 2 boops in a row manually with a keyboard seems doable if you're able to manipulate the momentum, but these instant ones where you chain multiple together, I think probably has to be a script. But either way, regardless of how it comes about, lead software engineer for Overwatch, Bill Warnecki, went onto Reddit to say that they've been digging into it and are working to get a fix out quickly. So look out for this tech in your games. It is an outrageous exploit, and the sooner it gets fixed, the better. Last news story for the day. I know many Overwatch fans wish that Overwatch had a dedicated anime series, and well, Ryu on Reddit went out and made an entire Overwatch anime intro. It has its own theme music as well, and although I'll admit I'm not much of an anime fan, I did watch Dragon Ball Z as a kid though, but if Overwatch did have its own TV show, I would definitely watch it. I mean, look how action-packed and fun this looks. I know Activision wants to do more with the Overwatch IP. They need to pick up the pace because recently they came out with a novel that's about the origins of Effie and Orisa, I believe, and that's nice, but it's also old news. Let's get new stuff, Blizzard. Come on. If you agree and hope that they make an Overwatch TV show, be sure to leave the video with a like. It really does help us out and lets us know that you're enjoying the content. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and be sure to hit the bell icon to actually get notified when our videos go live. Link to the description is our Twitter where we tweet out news, updates, and dank memes. That's been it for me. I've been Frito for your Overwatch. We'll see you guys next time.